Hello guys, Wahoo here, back with another episode of the Christmas special of the Hello Guy podcast. I hope you guys are doing absolutely wonderful. I am for sure. This is part 2. If you haven't listened to part 1, you should listen to that one as well. I'm gonna say this in every single episode, so yeah, you can listen just to this a little bit. I'm just gonna make it short. But we're doing 5 episodes of the Hello Guy podcast, a Christmas special. Well, I've decided that 4 of them are going to be Christmas special, and then it's going to be a New Year's special. But it's going to be the holiday special still. It's going to be 5 parts still. But only 4 parts of Christmas. I know, yes. But I'm doing this because I don't want to bother people during Christmas, and I'm trying to line up the next person. The person said that he wasn't going to flinch out on me, but we'll see. He hasn't responded to my texts about a week now. So yeah, hey, hopefully there won't be any problems with it. I hope so not. I will hopefully not be that. So we're playing some Path of Exile because there's a new league out, and I wanted to get some hours into that. You have to hit level 50. Then you get the Twilight Mystery Box. You can see it on YouTube, but of course you can't see it on Spotify. I was about to say you can see it here, but that doesn't make any sense for you guys that can't see it on the Spotify or anywhere else. And basically it's just a mystery box, and you can have all sorts of stuff in it. And it's an event that's going on right now in Path of Exile, and I wanted to play. So yeah, if you hit level 50 I'm level 55 right now, and yes, I need to I want to get to level to at least level 70 or something like that. We'll see how much I get to. There's a new event going on in, if you hear the cling, it's because of the skills leveling up. So there's a new event coming this Friday, so it's gonna be like an endless stealth one. I'm gonna make videos as well. I've made videos for me playing a little bit and kind of updating you guys on it. And mostly it's because I want to promote people to play Path of Exile because it's a really good game. And I leveled up again, which is nice now, 56. It's a really good game, and it's free to play. And right now, I do have some games to play. Trove is a little bit on the down period right now. They actually did introduce a new, the new dragon, but also another Luxian. So Luxian comes if you play Trove or have ever played Trove. Luxian is a dragon that comes with random things every 14 days. Now they made a corruption version of it, and I think it's called Luxlo. I can't pronounce it. I tried doing it all day, kind of in my mind. Saying it to myself and kind of like, I know what it is, right? And I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it now because I thought I had it in my mind, but it's all right. But he comes with like some different, some set items. When I say set items, I mean like items that do not change. It's the same items every single time, but it's like high quality in game. Items, right? It's for new dragon fragments for new dragons. So in about 8 weeks it is, because it's every other week as well. So if you can say it like that, I think what week are we in right now? Let me get my phone out while I do this. So he was there last week, right? He started Friday the 4th of December, which is week 49. So every odd weekend he's gonna be there, and every not all. I don't know what the other word is, but then Luxian is gonna still come on his weeks every other or every straight. Is this a straight? I don't know if it's a straight, but every the week that he needs to be there. So yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, so he's gonna be there. Luxian is gonna be there still, like he always has, and do his thing. I don't know if Path of Exile is a little bit louder than the other games I've been playing, but hopefully not. You can hear some chirping. That's from the game. It's not because I live in a zoo or something like that. Yeah. So that's kind of how things are right now. I've been playing some Path of Exile. Yes, I am. But I've been playing some World of Warcraft. Been playing some World of Warcraft. Of course, I'm trying to level up to get to 60 on retail, like everybody it already is for a long time. Just really slow because I've been playing other things and stuff like that, as you've probably seen on the YouTube channel if you've been following along. And yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the content for sure. I hope so. I'm really excited to start the new year, to keep going like that, and also been playing a little bit of classic. But even though Naxxramas is out, I'm kind of taking a break from classic World of Warcraft because my guild actually kind of imploded. So I guess I can give me 1 second and I can explain it. Sorry about that. I just had to take a very important phone call, so I had to mute or pause the recording for just a little bit. So sorry about that, but we are back and we are going. So let me see if I can remember where we left off. So I was talking about my guild in classic World of Warcraft, and it kind of imploded. Well, not really imploded. They're still going. But the point is that that they are the first team. There were two teams playing. World of Warcraft Classic, and it was going great. And it was because I joined some friends, when that the game came out and stuff like that, and then I decided to move on. A lot of them actually quit because of actually queues on the servers, because there was just a lot of people that wanted to play, as there sometimes is. And yeah, it happens to be so that a lot of my friends quit and stuff like that. But before that, we found a guild, and with some other people, and it was all cool and stuff like that. And then the last of my friends quit, and I just kept going because I really liked playing it, and I really had nothing else to be playing at the moment. So I decided to keep, playing, which was nice. It was cool and really looking forward, and was a lot of fun and stuff like that. And then I just kind of met some new friends, which I then jumped onto for into and out of other guilds and stuff like that, because I just kind of following them, and they wanted me to keep playing because I'm such a pro gamer, right? But no, we were just having a lot of fun, and they wanted to keep playing, and it was good. And then what happened was that we joined some people that had a second, wanted to start a second raid team, right? And we were like missing some people and stuff like that, so we kind of just said, yeah, sure, if we can have it the way we were running things in the other guild. And they said, yeah, sure, no problem, it's gonna be super chill and just like that. And it was a great time. But then recently, the other raid team were kind of like, I think they were just kind of slacking off in like some of the last raids, and somebody was just like, because they were more hardcore, like they were totally hardcore people. Doesn't mean that they're good people. I'm saying they were bad people in that sense. You know what I mean, right? They weren't professional players or anything like that. They were just they just wanted something like really crazy out of their whatever they were doing. So it's like, yeah, we are going to take this very seriously and stuff like that, and that's totally cool. It was just not the mentality that we had, and we got to play our mentality. But the point is that they they kind of had some issues, and then some of the last raids here before Naxxramas came out like recently. And it kind of turned out that then nobody, because the guild leader was in and raid leader was in the same in the first one in both raid teams, and he just didn't want to bother with the other raid team anymore, so he quit. And then kind of nobody wanted to take over because nobody wants to run a guild. You know, even because people are kind of done with not Path of Exile, but World of Warcraft Classic now, because, you know, people are waiting now for TBC because, yeah, Nexramas and stuff like that, and yeah, people are kind of done with the game, right? So the point is that, unfortunately, people also don't want to keep the guild running, but they have enough people, because there were like 80 people, right, 2 raid teams, that they could, you know, bring together another raid team. So they have done so, and it's up and running, and they are supposed to clear Nexramas today, or starting Nexramas today, and something like that, because our raid days were Thursdays and Mondays. And today is Monday, for me at least, right now. It's not Monday for you, it's gonna be Wednesday if you listen to the release day. So, yeah, that's just kind of what happened, and now I'm just taking a break. I wanted to take a break for a long time. I wanted to take a break, because it was just not really challenging, to be honest, and I could see that, you know, not that I have cleared, you know, Nexramas, or I haven't. I cleared AQ40, but I know we're gonna clear it. It's not gonna be a challenge. It's just a matter of time before we clear it, right? So it's not gonna be like a matter of, do we have the skills to pull it off? It's more, we are going to do it eventually. So I don't not say by definition I feel like I have done it. It's just more, I'm definitely going to do it, you know. And now everything is just up in the air, in the sense of, you know, I'm taking a break until after Christmas and after New Year's, and then I'll see if I'll join somebody. And, you know, I wanted to do some more in classic, on the classic retail World of Warcraft, because all my friends are playing that now, because Shadowlands came out, and people want to play that more than they want to do classic, of course. So I'm just, you know, my point is just, I'm gonna hang out until you know, do my thing in retail. I don't want to raid. I don't want to raid anymore. I've found out that raiding is fun in a way, but it can also be quite exhausting to, you know, you have to be around these, not be around these people like in that sense, but more in a sense of, yeah. You have to get all people together. You gotta have everybody be happy and stuff like that. And I just don't want to deal with drama and people in that sense when I come home. You know, I just want to play my video games, hang out. You know, make a few videos here and there, or all sorts of stuff like that. But don't want to be doing that's something like that. That's for sure. I don't need that, at least in my life. So yeah, that's kind of just the whole deal about what happened in my, you know, classic classic games. So yeah, I'm playing these Path of Exile events. Like I said, there's one going on right now, and then there's gonna be one on Friday, and then that's gonna be a week as well, and then it's gonna be a 3-week one over Christmas. So with the same prices and stuff like that, so you can get this mystery box every single time, just one per character and stuff like that. But you know, I think it's great. I haven't been playing Path of Exile for a while. I'm looking forward to you know, them making Path of Exile 2. Not only that, but also the new league that's coming out with this and stuff like that. But yeah, of course, I'm looking forward to Path of Exile 2. Path of Exile is one of my favorite games, and I've been playing it for a very long time. And I just keep up with the game. It's kind of like, you know, Trove. I don't play Trove that much anymore. Trove, I'm waiting for the new events coming out. I forgot to tell you about that. There's coming events, of course. There's coming a Christmas event and there's coming a New Year's event as well. And 2 weeks of that. So it should be coming up in, I would say, 2 weeks time. We would say the Christmas event coming in, I would say. But I don't know. I don't talk to the developers. I don't know. I don't want to keep up with the game. I don't want to make speculations about what's like gonna maybe happen. Whoa, I was almost died there. That was crazy. I was standing in the wrong place. So yeah, I don't want to make speculations about anything when stuff is coming out, but I know it's something to do with Christmas, right? So it's not gonna be 6 months from now. That's summer. But yeah, that's what I'm waiting in Trove for that. So when that comes out, I'm gonna play a little bit of Trove, do some videos as I always do, you know, for the event and stuff like that. If you guys are looking forward to all of that. So yeah, I guess that became like kind of a, I was about to say a video rant. That was not what I meant. I mean, gaming, what I've been up to in gaming. What I've been up to on my own, on my real life. Not really much. You know, Corona is still going on. I'm excited that they might make, you know, a vaccine for it and stuff like that, so we maybe some point can get back to our lives again, or normal lives. We can, you know, see each other without thinking about it in the same way, which is nice. Looking forward to doing that, and so yeah, I know it's gonna still take a while, even though they're saying they have a vaccine now and stuff like that. I know it's gonna still be like not a long time like that, but you know, I feel like you can see an end to it now, right? I can feel like you can see a light at the end of the tunnel, if that makes any sense. I mean that, like, so, but we'll see how it goes, right? It's better than nothing, if that makes any sense. I'm fighting a boss now, if you don't know. For the people on the Spotify's, need this boss to be active. And then I needed to do its thing, not taking any damage because it has a face thing. And I'm just gonna look for, oh, I can't see anything at all. Good, I have my resistances going on. He's gonna die pretty fast, but then he has these intermissions and stuff like that. So if I'm a little quiet, it's because he can be deadly. I don't want to die. I'm not playing hardcore or anything like that, but I don't want to die either. Or, you know, I died once because there was something. Well, you can see that in the other videos if you want to do so. But yeah, I don't want to die. I don't want to die because it. I have all the damage for it. It's just, there we go. He is dead. He's gonzo. He is finito. So it's just sometimes the phases can be quite rough. And I'm gonna talk to this guy and get my power. So let's get on to the next chapter as well. All right, let's pick up some questions as well. So yeah, that's my whole gaming thing. Over the weekend, I wanted to record the episode of the podcast, but I got, unfortunately, serious disease. No, I got a grain in my eye. I don't know what the English term is, but it's called like a grain in Denmark. And what it is, it's just like. Sometimes, you know, some stuff can fly into your eye, and usually your eye takes care of it, you know, says, hey, get out of my eye, and then you, well, sometimes you have to, you know, kind of pull it out yourself. It kind of sounds creepy. But the point is that sometimes the eye, can't get it out, and it sits there maybe for a little bit too long or something like that, and then makes it, infected sometimes, and that can make that. So it's just a small infection. It's not something. It just goes away after a few days, as it has mine. Sometimes it can be longer. It really depends on the person, but usually I'm not a person that has issues with illnesses and stuff like that. Surprisingly, sometimes I'm surprised of how resilient I am to diseases. I've always been I've never broken anything in my life, and it's not because I was put in bubble wrap or something like that. I was a pretty active kid. I know I'm not the most active person right now because I'm lazy, but the point is that I used to be very active, and I never got to break anything, and I was kind of jealous actually of people. I don't know if that's a weird thing, but my friend always got I also got hurt, but I never broke anything, and he broke something. He almost had something broken all the time. Not that he was like, if you know Unbreakable, that movie, he was not like breaking things just by looking at something. But he was also not a very he was I'll admit he was a more active kid than I was.
When I'm ready, and
not that it was a competition, all right. But he was definitely more active than I was, and the point is that he broke a lot of things, and I never did, and I always wanted to break something, like not something serious, of course, or something like I would never wanted to do that, have that, or my friend be hurt either in that sense. But I always thought it was kind of lame that he got to have something broken. It was, I don't know why, but just because I think it was cool or something like that, maybe. Not that that it is, but maybe I thought it was. But anyways, so yeah, I never broken anything, and when I'm sick or something like that, I usually just take a few days and then I'm all right. Like, nothing really ever bad happens to me, which I'm really fortunate for. I'm really grateful for that, because I know that there's some people out there that really has or can have a bad time with illnesses and stuff like that. I really think it's unfortunate that something like that happens, and yeah, sad for those people which it happens for. We're all just different, and I feel blessed and lucky to be where I am in my life, and what I get, the opportunities that I have. I definitely I don't think you should ever feel bad about what opportunities you have. You should just make the best of it. When I mean make the best of it, it's like it's not a bad thing. I'm just meaning maybe I can say it in another word. You should be grateful for where you are, but you shouldn't feel bad about, like, if some people doesn't have it as good as I have, right? But I shouldn't feel bad about that, right? I should just don't waste my opportunity, and I think that's also something that goes hand in hand with what's it called? Being a nice person. And when I mean a nice person, I don't think you have to be, like, most of the time I'm a neutral person. Like, I don't like I don't like being a nice person. That's not what I meant. But it's more what is it? What would make sense if I say so? Like, I would it's better to be a neutral person than be a bad person. There's nothing wrong with being a neutral person, but there's definitely something wrong with being a bad person, right? You don't always have to be a good person, but at least be a neutral person, where it's like, if somebody, like, I can give an example from today. Let me give the example I wanted to give for today. So I take the bus every single day, and I really like taking the bus. It's really cool, and I'm saving the environment. So what are you doing? That was a joke. What do you do? But there's a guy in there, and I think he used to be homeless or something like that. He's definitely part of something where he was like homeless and stuff like that. And that, I don't feel bad, because in Denmark it's a choice. It's a choice in Denmark to be homeless. Most of the time, like, there's a few instances, it's not a choice, but most of the time it's a choice because you can always go to the government and say you want an apartment, and that's kind of in a very simple way how it works. All right. So, anyways, the point is that he's also with the bus sometimes. He works like in where he sells a magazine to people, and you know that's cool. You know, do whatever you want. I don't want the magazine. That would just be weird because I don't want to read it. And nothing that it's a bad magazine or anything like that. It's just like it's be wasteful for me to buy it and then throw it out. You know, that wouldn't make much sense. But my point is, I'm trying to explain that. You know, we take the bus. The point is that he also takes the bus, so he kind of we don't know each other, but you know we have seen each other around. Doesn't mean that we are friends or anything like that. That's at least how I see it, right? So my point is that today that you know we were both with the bus. And he said, have a good evening. And it's not that I mind him saying that, but I didn't say it back. And my point is that I don't feel bad about not saying it back because that doesn't make me a bad person not saying it back. I just don't want to say it back. And I think that's okay if you don't say it back. It would be rude for me to like tell him off or say something. Hey, you shouldn't talk to me, or you smell like poop, or something. He doesn't, but you know, same something like that, right? I just mean that it's okay to not be nice, if you know what I mean. Like it's better to. I was neutral in that. I feel like I was neutral in that. I was about to say saying, but in that situation, I was neutral, and I don't think there's anything wrong with being neutral. Like. I just ignored him. I think that that's you know, a valid. I wouldn't call it a reason per se, but I feel like it's a valid way to behave in my sense. Maybe you guys have a different, you know, opinion about it. But that's totally cool. Like we shouldn't always have the same opinions about stuff. But I feel like it was better because I didn't want to talk to him, and it's not because he was like there's anything wrong with him or because he used to be homeless or anything. I don't care, but I just didn't want to talk to him, and I feel like I also had that. I wouldn't call it right, but yeah, in kind of a way, you know, I feel like it was all right for me to also have my privacy in a way, right? So. I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe it's just me. I would never tell him off because I don't like. But I think it's all right for me to ignore the person. But I guess that's very different from person to person. What you feel like is a right thing to do, and I don't mind him saying that. I just again I don't think that it's matters. I don't know if that's a word, but well, matters is a word, but if that's the right word to use, I don't know. But anyway, getting back to illnesses because that was kind of what we were talking about, and I had that grain in my eye, so I couldn't do the episode. So I decided to wait until today, and it's much better. I went to work today. I was I have a really. I don't know if I said this before, but I'm gonna say it now. I just feel like it sounds familiar for me saying it, but maybe I've just said it to so many people. What's it called? I have a really bad tendency to not tendency. What was it called? Like I don't like pain. I don't think there's anybody that really likes pain per se. Like hey, give me some pain, dude. But I really hate pain, right? Both emotional pain and also physical pain. So maybe one of the reasons why I don't have a girlfriend, but that's I guess that's another talk. But let's just stick with the physical discomfort as of now. So the physical discomfort, I don't really like it at all. Because again, I don't think anybody do like think it's great. It's just more but the point is that sometimes it's for me not the what's it called, the discomfort. It's not always bad, if you know what I mean. Like sometimes it's also because of where it is on my body, if that makes any sense. You know, sometimes if it's just on my finger, you know, I don't like it, but I can deal with it, right? But since this is in like my face, you know, that's where I have a hard time, you know? I have a hard time with being in my face. It's not so much about, hey, it's, you know, pain is pain, but it's not always the same. If that makes any sense. And that's just how I kind of have it with the whole pain thing, is that it depends on where it is, I think. Like, I don't like it hurting my finger, but I'm like just kind of like I guess it seems more manageable if it's not in my face. And this is in my face. It was like my left side. It was hurting the grain every time I blinked and stuff like that. So yeah, it had to be kind of hard. So it was kind of hard, but I survived. Of course I did, but it was cool though that it happened, because you know sometimes some stuff like that happens. So yeah, that was why I didn't record this weekend, which I should have maybe done, but I didn't. So that's all right. Let me see. Let me give me a raging spirits here. Didn't I get some of those? Did get some more damage on these bad boys. So yeah, that's why I didn't record this weekend. So I had to wait today, and everything turned out great. I feel like, I hope so at least. You guys are not gonna make any difference for you guys, because you guys are not hearing it. You're doesn't matter for you if it's one or the other, depending on how you guys feel, of course. But yeah, I am going to take this one here. Just depicting a reward for one of my quests I have been doing. And let's get it instead of this one. Alright, here we go. But yeah, don't really like the pain, but sometimes you have to. So, Doop. And we are going into a battle. Into a battle. There we go. Keep forgetting to put the right on. Oh, I picked up something I didn't want to pick up. It's alright. Let's go. But yeah, this weekend I am going to a party. I'll probably talk about it some more. It's also a Pokemon Go weekend, so I'm going out with my I was about to say little brother, but I'm going out with my nephew. So that's gonna be cool. It's gonna be all the Pokemon that's been last 2 years, kind of divided into 2 days and stuff like that. So that's gonna be cool. I've been really wanting to get them all, the shinies. But I've just kind of decided that, yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it, because I could keep worrying about getting them, because they're not gonna be as. The ones that I really miss is the ones from 2019, and they're not gonna be as common as the other ones. So, I don't want it to sweat it too much, right? If that makes any sense. because you know if I got to, you know, I don't get to get them, it's kind of sad. But I'm kind of just like, yeah, I don't sweat it. I'm just gonna not sweat it, because if I sweat it, I'm gonna sweat it. I don't know, feel like I get these boss rooms pretty cool, pretty quick actually. Or getting to the boss rooms pretty quick. I don't know why. I just get there pretty quick. Which is not bad. Oh, he just stood there. Okay. Oh, okay. He's just standing there. You can't see on the on the on the Spotify, but he was just standing there. You can see that on YouTube. Okay. Oh, I have to get the key. Key to my heart. Do, 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 do. So yeah, that's what I'm doing this weekend. Corona has been spreading quite nicely in Denmark, so they kind of actually tell us to not do parties and stuff like that. And the party I'm going to, we're only gonna be like, I think we're gonna be 5 people or something like that. And I don't know if that makes it alright, but they have said that you were allowed to be up to 10 people. So we are, you know, below that 10 people with some to spare even. And we are gonna take our distance and stuff like that. And I think it's alright to do so. Like, I think it's so if you really feel like it's an issue, I think you should really not do it, you know. Don't do Christmas parties and stuff like that. I don't think that's a good idea. Especially if you are in a household, or you know you want to see some people during Christmas that you know has some bad health, you know. Not in my family really has some bad health. My stepdad do have a little bit, but I'm not gonna see them that often. I don't see them out that often. So, and also we are gonna keep our, like I said, our distance, you know, our distances to each other. And you know, you can also get infected anywhere else, right? And I'm not saying you should do it, but if you are inside the restriction, I think you should do it. You know, we shouldn't stop completely seeing each other. We should just be very, 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 you know, moderated with who we see. Not see people that you haven't seen for a long time, or goes like far away or something like that. For sure, you know, you should definitely be careful. But I think we should not be afraid of the corona like in that. We should respect it. We should really respect it, and especially respect people that easily can die of it. You know, I don't know if I've had it. I've never had corona before. That kind of makes a lot of sense. But I've never been tested either, because I haven't been sick. I haven't had any symptoms. And before you guys say in the comments, hey, you can be infected even though you don't have any symptoms. I know. And I don't see people. I don't have any grandparents left, so I definitely wouldn't have seen them. That's for sure. Wouldn't have seen any. And I also gotta say that my stepdad is not like deadly sick or anything like that, you know, in that sense. So he's not gonna die with me. He's not gonna die of the corona. That's for sure. But you know, you can. Anybody can do it. I say I can't. You know, of course I can. Like anybody can die of it, right? Or at least have symptoms. And I said he's probably not gonna die of it. You know. Again, I'm not an expert, so I can't see in the future. It would be cool if I could. Then I could say that this video is gonna get 5 million likes, go viral, and everything. Yay! How funny how that just like kind of turned out suddenly. No. The point is that we should definitely, care for each other and use the restrictions that are there, because you gotta think it like this, right? There's always gonna be next year. This is like not the only Christmas there's ever gonna be. Because if this was the only Christmas there was ever going to be, I totally would get why people would get together. I would be like, I would be on the streets saying, like, telling the politicians that, you guys know this is the only Christmas. And before you guys make a dad joke and say, hey, well, this is the only Christmas this year, you are right, and it's a funny joke. I like it. I approve. You get the big stamp of approval from me. That's for sure. That was a brilliant joke, even though I said it. You guys can totally use it for wherever you want to. But my point is that it's gonna be next year, right? It's always gonna be next year. We're gonna have Christmas next year, holidays next year, and stuff like that for the people that celebrate that, for sure. But let's just skip this Christmas. Like, does it matter if we skip one Christmas? It's gonna really matter? Are you guys gonna be like, oh no, 2020 was the Christmas that I was going to what? What can't you do next year, right? What is so crazy that you have to do it this year, right? That's just my take on it. I don't know if I'm wrong, or that's how I see it. That's how I think it should be. Maybe it's wrong. I don't know. It's really just my opinion. most of these are just my opinion. To be honest, the podcast is just, these specials are definitely just only my opinion, but that's why I've said you guys you shouldn't skip these episodes, but it's just like, if you really want to listen to something, I suggest you, of course, you listen to these episodes, but I'm not really getting challenged my opinions, and that's kind of what I also wanted to some of these podcasts with, is that I cannot get challenged on my opinions, because sometimes I feel like, especially being alone, that seems weird to say, but without a partner in my life, if you guys have a partner in your life, either a man or a woman or whatever they see themselves as, is it 2020, right? It's you can be whatever you want. My point being is that you might say, hey, I like fish, and then the person says, that's weird, you like fish. It's not good to be liking fish or something like that, right? Which is just example, right? But the point is, me, I have opinions. Other people have opinions. And sometimes I like to have my opinions tested, and I think I can do that with the podcast as well, which is great. I can talk about my opinions and how I feel and stuff like that, and then and maybe get some of my opinions tested, and maybe you guys have some opinions as well, and sitting around with your own opinions, and it's like, I don't know if this is a good opinion, and I don't know, do you just ask people if it's a good opinion? I've never done that. I've never talked to anybody and said, hey, do you think this is a good opinion? Maybe people have said to me afterwards that it's not a good opinion, but I guess it kind of doing the same thing now, I don't know. But, definitely kind of testing, if one's opinions are good enough, because nobody really tells us. We just, sometimes we take our parents' opinions, and it's not that our parents' opinions is the right one just because they're parents or elderly or whatever, doesn't make them always good opinions. So yeah, I think it's good to just listen into a podcast, and that's why I listen to podcasts, is because they're not always going to have my opinions, but it has been times, quite a lot of more times than I would think. Actually, I was surprised how many times. Like they said something, and I was my opinion was the same thing, or my idea of the world or the concept of the world was the same. And I can't say that it was like my own thoughts, but because it could be my parents' thoughts or how I was raised and stuff like that that led me to whatever, right? But most of the stuff that the belief of how I am has come from ways that I have been, well raised, but mostly because of what I've been thinking, because of how I was raised. I didn't ask questions about anything. We didn't. It wasn't like an environment. My growing up, there wasn't really an environment of. I was about to say help people. That's not true, but it's more like, hey, you should know this by yourself, and it's like, well, I've never tried it before, so how am I able to know stuff, right? Like that's the whole thing about parenting, is that you pass on what you know, like to the next person, like how do you make fire? That was what they taught like their kids. The guy that kind of knew how to make fire kind of didn't say, oh, I'm gonna keep this to myself, I'm just gonna be the only one in the world that knows how to make fire, right? That person said, yeah, I want my kids to prevail, right? I want my kids to know this stuff, right? And so, and then it was like, oh, how did you do that? And then somebody told somebody, and so on and so on. And I guess that's just what happens most of the time. What the hell did I put here? Okay. Oh, that one. Okay. It was a sword. Actually, a summoner sword. But yeah. So. But yeah, I feel like most of my thoughts, like I said, because of the way I was raised, was because of that, and the way I had to figure out most of my things myself. And it's not that I'm not blaming my mom or my stepdad. Those are the ones that primarily, raised me. That they did do a bad job or anything like that. Could I've sometimes had more guidance? For sure. But I'm gonna see if. Oh, okay. I haven't found all of them. It's pretty sure. I was looking for some fireflies. But the area is almost done, I think. I do not see any exclamation marks. Okay, okay, there's some up here maybe. No, there is not. Okay, then there might be some the other way. Well, we definitely, oh, there was. Okay, cool. And there it is. So most of my opinions, I was just like, well, I have been, I mostly be thinking, oh, is this really the way that the world works, And I just had to say, I guess it is. And listening into other people's in a podcast kind of it's kind of like a cheaty way to understand yourself and how the world works, that you're not alone with these here thoughts. So yeah, sometimes you need some guidance, and I wouldn't say I get my guidance through like podcasts, but I've definitely gotten some good advice from some podcasts and stuff like that. I hope you guys can get some as well. Or maybe just listen in and think, oh, cool, makes a lot of sense. I totally get what he's saying. And it's all right if you guys don't. I don't blame you guys if you don't. Not that I don't know why I would, but
Journey
you know,
well.
I guess that's how it goes. So let me just identify this sword. I'm gonna put it right up here. And skeletons and zombies. Though it does still increase damage and the duration of. Nah, I'm fine with what I have. Okay. And the other ones were not good. Oh, it's actually 100 life. Wow, cool. Put some with 100 life on them. That's a lot of life. Wow. What is that? That's tier 2? Oh, and it has a... because it has both a tier 2 and a tier 2 life roll on it. You can have twice the 2 different ones. Armor and life. Wow, okay.
Go with courage.
I just don't see that very often. I don't really get great items in this game. I just buy them at the end, or not the end, but I buy them. So when I get to that, let's put one more back in there, and I got 2 skill points, which is going to go into here and into here, and I'm gonna get these 2 points as well. I guess I can. And I'm gonna get the all resist here. Would that help? Yeah, it would get me over, wouldn't it? 8 more. No, that wouldn't get me to 70 over 75. It'd give me 71, but at least it would get me some. That's what this guess. That's a good idea. Then I have to check out my the plan I put out together for the build, because I cannot remember where I go from here. So I got 2 more points, but that's good. I'll have to figure that out after stream. Oh, I was about to say stream. I mean recording of the podcast. Why did I go here? Oh yeah, I remember why I was going here. Let's move. Let's go. Was it over here? No. It wasn't here, no. Looking for a special place.
And not before.
But yeah, I guess and that's something, I don't know if I said it on the podcast, but I've said it before to some people, that all we're just looking for is the meaning of life, right? And you know, sometimes we were talking about religion. I think we were talking about religion making. I think we talked about this last time as well. But yeah, it's all about the meaning of life, and whatever gives you the meaning of life, I guess. But I think there should still be some ground rules, you know. But you gotta need some ground rules as a species, like don't kill each other. But I will always, and maybe it's too simplified, but and maybe it's too, I guess, not simplified. I don't know if that's a word, but I feel like if you don't hurt yourself or you don't hurt others physically or mentally, you can do whatever you want. That's kind of my philosophy, but I don't know if it's too vague, but I also don't like it to be too complicated, because I feel like if I keep it this open, people cannot like misinterpret it, if it makes any sense, you know? People can't say, oh yeah. I wanted like this, or you know? I feel like if I say it in a way like that, and that people, you know, they are like, yeah, all right, I see what you mean, right? Or they can't like slip around and say, hey, I think this and this and that, you know, or what's it called? Like misinterpretive the words, you know, because I feel like that's what most people do. Like they try to, oh yeah, like, you know, try to be twisting things so it benefits them the most, right? And I understand that. I think there should definitely be, you should look out for yourself in some ways, but not on the cost of others, you know. You shouldn't be like, oh yeah, if I now make 100 million, but there's gonna be like 5 people that dies, you know. That's also kind of extreme, but you know what I mean. Like, I don't think that should be anybody. Again, that would be hurting others. You know, you're not only yourself but others. There's something actually I wanted to say because when I was thinking about today's podcast episode, I was kind of thinking about what was I'm gonna say, of course, and stuff like that. That's what you do, you think. And I was thinking about an example for how to be good and stuff like that. And I actually thought about the example we teach the kids in the class is that if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. And it's not of course, because maybe you think this item is ugly, like this shirt is ugly, right? You just say, hey, that shirt is ugly, right? You think that, but the other person don't. So there's no need to bring that other person down. If you don't have nothing nice to say, it's not going to hurt the person. But if the person asks, and you can be honest. You should also be honest and say, well, it might be not the shirt I would pick, but if you like it, I think it's amazing, and you keep doing you, right? I think that's fair to say. That's just your opinion, and then the person should not weigh your opinions. You really shouldn't think of what other people think of you, and it doesn't matter. In a sense, they don't have to be with you, if that makes any sense. They don't have to be around you. Maybe they are your friends, but it doesn't really matter how any person looks like. It doesn't really matter. This matters if you're. I can see it now. If I say, if you have a shirt on that hurts you because it's so tight or something like that, I don't know. I guess there's a reason for you to be a friend and kind of say, yeah, maybe you should find yourself another shirt, dude. But the point really is, it doesn't matter what people look like, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody, it doesn't hurt you or anybody else. And again, opinions is just opinions. And something I've really learned over my life is that, when I was younger, and I'm gonna say this a lot of times because it's like maybe the biggest lesson I've ever learned in my life is that I was really concerned about people's opinion about me. I was like, oh yeah, these are my friends or anything like that, and I was afraid that they wouldn't be friends with me, or not because of what I was wearing and stuff like that, but the way I were or the way I was in my life and stuff, right? And I was afraid that they wouldn't be friends with me, and I figured out that, well, I found out first, when I was now that they're still gonna be my friend, and yeah, sometimes I was afraid that they were gonna not be friends with me, but in the end it ends up being they still want to be friends with you, even just because you are a nice person. And I feel like, or at least somewhat nice of a person, saying the person that didn't say have a great evening to the homeless guy. But my point being is that I think it's it's not that it doesn't matter, but it's just kind of how life goes in a way, right? If that makes any sense. Yeah, I think that's what I wanted to go with it. I think that's the way I wanted to communicate that, I think. But it's very different. Like, life is very, very different in many ways, and yeah.
Journey well.
And yeah. All right, I think that will wrap it up. I don't think I have anything else to say. Actually, it's been around an hour, and I think this was a great episode. I think this is a really good episode. I really was feeling the energy in this one here. I really enjoyed it, I gotta say. And I hope you guys are still enjoying the parts. Like I said, I will get up and running some regular episodes when we get to, after New Year's, right? Get to after New Year's, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, because that's how it's gonna be. So thank you guys so much for watching or listening in. I really appreciate it, and I'm gonna see you next week. Take care, guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you see you very soon. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much. Bye.